What's up, everyone? It's Thursday, and finally, we are seeing some momentum in the market. And I made almost $520 for the day. It's kind of like a roller coaster, but green is green and 500 is 500. It is what it is. So overall for the week, I made $826.74, and that's the same for the month because this is the first week of the November. And when I get up in the morning, things didn't move so fast, but when it's closer to the opening bell, things started, have some momentum. So that's how I made most of the money. And to be said, lost a lot of money as well, but overall it's a green day, and it's a huge green day. Let's go back to October. I think the highest that I made on October was 460. Yeah, 460 was the highest that I did on October, but on November already we passed the 500 mark. That's fantastic. And we have one more day left for the week, and even if I go negative like 50, I'm still within my weekly goal, which is like $500 per week. That's how I calculate the $2,000 mark. So it's a very nice week so far, and let's see how things went today. So started very slowly, didn't make any money, like almost like $2 or something like that. But then I went negative. All these negatives because I got distracted with the other one that I was trading, and I forgot about these orders. So by the time I look at these orders, it was already down significantly. So I sold it at immediately. That's why it's showing negative. But without that, I should have been like on around $700 for the day. But when negative with the new stock, I put myself all the way to the positive side, and sideways positive, and I gave all the positive I made from these two trades because I didn't sell my one of my position quickly. So I didn't cut my losses quickly. That's one of the mistake. But then at the market opening bell, I was able to recover everything that I lost and put myself on 500 mark. And then did couple of small trades, lost some, gained some, lost some, gained some. But at the end of the day, I decided, okay, this is the day, and I'm not going to ruin it. So I stopped trading right before 10 a.m. In Eastern time. So let's see what are the tickers that I traded today. First one is the OSRH. That's the one that I lost, minus $166. That's a big, guys. You can see all my numbers. There's nothing. Let's see what's the max. So I had max BMRA, that's minus 237, and OSRH is the second max. Oh my goodness, that's bad. That's way more bad. Shouldn't happen. No excuses for distraction. But overall, it's a good day. But FTEL, I made $685, and because of this minus 166, that's how I end up about $520 for the day. You can see FTEL is the other one. I did a lot of trading on that. You can see the quantity, almost 10,000 shares, a little bit over 10,000 shares, almost 11,000 shares. And my return is 2%, guys. That's a big return. Let's open up the chart and see where exactly I buy and where exactly I sold. So OSRH, I bought it right after the news was released. 500 shares, 7051, and sold it at 7121. If I kept it a little bit longer, could have made a fortune. But I decided to trade on the tail side, which caused me a lot of pain. So first I bought 7,000 shares at 0.77, and it's a big loss. So I sold it at 0.69875. Cut my loss very quickly, but it still cost me about $75 or something like that, about $75. Then bought another 625 shares at it's an odd number because I pressed 1,000 shares but didn't fill everything, so I canceled the rest, tried to sell it, but it didn't fill it. But then I forget because the other ones popped up, so it was too late when I find that out. Then at the same time, I set another order to fill around 68 to 1, 500 shares. Also forgot about that one, so I sold both of those around the same time. So lost a lot of money on last 3 trades of the OSRH. Then FTEL, you can see I did a lot of trades, but I, some are losers, some are winners. There are like big losers as well, and also there are big winners. You can see. So this one, I tried to buy 1,000 shares, but didn't fill all the 1,000. 291, and I canceled my order immediately. The rest of the 48 shares and sold it 320. That's a very big win. You can see it's almost like $280. Then made about another $100 over here, 1,000 shares, 282, and sold it at 291. Actually, it's $90. So that's a very good trade as well. So after that, things were going sideways, and all of a sudden it went up all the way to 513. So I wasn't thinking this might go up because short sellers are kind of like pushing this down all the way. But regardless of that, things went back up. So this is what happened when people try to sell it, but then all of a sudden buyers are strong and they are trying to control everything, and sellers are trying to cover their positions. That's why the stock is moving super fast. So at this point I saw, so this is how I see it, right, when I'm trading. So it hit 513, and you can see this long candle. So I knew sellers are trying to push this one down. So I set one order, like in here, actually 2 orders. So I reduced my size because now this is very risky. It has like huge jump from $3 to $5, and now I'm reducing my size. So I set one order to 402 and another order to 398. Initially I was like 500 shares at 402, but I was like, maybe if it slipped, I can get out break even at 397, 398. I can call it even if it slipped below 4. So that's why, because sometimes things never goes down 4 like the whole dollar amount. So that's why I had initial 250. But if things go wrong, that's why I had the other 200. So that's how I split my 500 shares, to be on the safe side. And it works. Both of those got filled at the exactly same time, and I was able to sell them both without any loss. So that's a very good trade as well. So I knew after this, like sellers are pushing this down, so it might go all the way up to here and have some sort of resistance over this area, like a $3 mark. So I did. I knew it's going to be happen like eventually, but not that soon. So I was looking at this VWAP level, which is around 376. So that's why I said these 2 orders, like 250 shares 372 and 500 shares as 363. The same trick that I did over here. If this one slip, I can back up from this one and sell it at 368 or something and break even. But look what happened. It went down all the way to 270, but on the next candle it went down all the way to 243. That's super bad. So eventually I decided, okay, that's it, I'm going to cut my losses very quickly. So I sold it at 328, and this is also but I had opportunity to sell it around this area, like 346, but I think I was trying to give it couple of minutes, but shouldn't have done that. Actually, it was very closer to the opening bell. Shouldn't have done that. Should have cut my losses very quickly, actually around this area, like 348. That's where I should cut. I should have cut my losses. 348, no exception. Minimum 341. That's where I should. Actually, this one I cut it at 341, but this one I think I kept it a little bit longer because it was like smaller size. Yeah, now I remember, because this one was like higher amount. The share size is 500, so I cut my losses 341. That's it. But this one I kept it a little bit longer because I wasn't sure if this is going to curl back up after the marketing bell open. But it was never the case. So that's why I eventually sell this at 328, somewhere around this area. But as I said, this one did have a support around $3 area. So that's why I had 3 orders at the same time. 250 shares at 220, 1000 shares at 302, another 1000 shares at 302. Actually, one of these was a mistake because I set one limit order, but I forgot to cancel that during the pre-market. So this was because when things are moving up, I knew $3 was a support, so I set a $3.02 limit order, but I forgot to cancel that one. But when things are going south, I set another order, so that's the other $1,000 one. So both of those got filled, and I was able to sell everything at a profit and made like a lot of money. So the first 1000 shares I made like $100. The second one I made like $250. So 350. On top of that, the 250 shares I made about $20. So $370 overall within a single minute. Can you imagine? $320. So then I knew the support was still there, so I submitted another order, 1000 shares 301, and sold it at 312. That's another $100. And then I reduced my size, 500 shares 302, sold it immediately because I knew, because this is how I see it, right? So I knew with this big drop, it's not going to sustain, so I sold it immediately. And then I had another order set. I think this is 250 shares, 282, but it went down all the way to 272. So I sold it at 276. I cut my losses very quickly on this occasion. I'm glad I did that because this thing never recovered. This thing never give any opportunity to go high. And then because of this loss, I did couple of more trades, quick trades, 500 shares 272, and sold it at 275. Was able to recover some of the losses I get from this one, and also 2 more trades, 500 shares at 271. It failed. I sold it immediately 267, and then my 1000 share got failed 261, and I was able to sell it at 268. So this is kind of like a break even, combining everything. So after that, I had another red one. It's like slight red one because I was able to recover most of that. So 250 shares, 252. It wasn't respecting the $50 mark. So it went down all the way. So I sold it immediately 244, and another 1000 shares at 241. This one actually went down all the way to 235. So I wasn't really comfortable, so I sold it immediately. That's why I had like $10 profit on that one, and also about $6, $8, $20 loss on the first one. So overall loss is like $10, and I was able to recover some of that from here, actually all of that from here. 250 shares, 373, 237, and sold it at 241. Okay, So I think that's all for the FTEL and made a fortune out of that. Very happy about how things went today. And I hope tomorrow is also. Now, we had slow market for like couple of days now, because every time buyers are stepping in, sellers are kind of like pushing down everything that they see. But this tells us, if things go wrong, it can go really high. Eventually sellers dominant and dominate the market and push this one down all the way to, I think, 127. But overall, if this one had another leg, this one would like go all the way to $10-20 for sure. So I assume the short sellers are a little bit cautious now because of this kind of thing. And you can see, if you go to key stat, this one had like free float of less than a million. Can you imagine? Less than a million. So that's why we were seeing such a huge momentum on this one, because our free float was around 702k. And I wasn't really looking at the company profile. It's based on Australia. I saw that later. But in terms of the cash flow, let me see. Let me go to financial. Yeah, there's no data for the cash flow. Probably this is a very recent company. Let's see the daily chart. Yeah, it got IPO'd on 2023. So still there's no cash. Interesting. Uh, so yeah, probably bunch of splits, I assume. Yeah, 1 to 16 in 2025, like last month, couple of months ago. Yeah, okay. It's been doing this forever. I guess, yeah, this is also a recent reverse. So that's why things are got very excited. And you see, this is what I tell. The 200 average on the daily graph is at $45, about 46, 40, yeah, $45. So if this leg, you know, if more buyers kind of like pushing in onto this leg, this could have, flew to $45 for sure, for sure. I think buyers are being a little bit cautious, so that's why they didn't jump in a lot. But if they, if they jump in a little bit more, this one would fly. That's for sure. So the news was, it was able to secure 500 millions for the AI robotic venture. So yeah, that was the news. And I think everybody jumped into that news and tried to buy that stock initially. So I think that's it for today. Let me bring back up our financial stat. You can see we passed $4,000 goal, guys, for the whole year. It's kind of not an real target, but we passed the $400 mark, and now we are sitting at almost 4,500. Can you believe? We started zero, now we are standing around $4,500. That's a good journey, brothers. So nothing red so far, everything is green. Only 2 green days so far on our journey. So for those who are tuning into our channel for the first time, in this channel, the Cool Random Things, what we do is we funded an account with a small amount, and then we try to grow the amount by $2,000 per month for like 10-12 months, and then we invest those money into the future day trading and grow our account exponentially. So that's the target so far. And you can see right now our account is kind of like slowly moving up. It's not like an exponential curve. This is more like a linear curve. You can see, if you draw a line, it's kind of like linear. And we can look at the stats later, but so far things are moving fine. There was some momentum on some days, but overall, if you look at the picture, it's kind of linear growth so far. Because that's one of the reason is we are not taking a lot of risk. We are going slow. That's the plan for the first 12 months. Then we will use this money, like the $4,000. I can, you know, let's see. So one of the trade that I did, let me bring this one up. So let's take this one for an example. So 1,000 shares, two at $2.82. So this is like $2,820. So I could have easily risked that amount, because this is not my, it's my money, but this is something I earned from the day trading. So this is not my initial, initial deposit that I made on this account. So that's why when you have like a lot of profit, you can invest that to make your account exponentially grow. So that's why at the initial phase you will see this kind of like linear growth, but then you will see like boom, it's go exponential. But after some point it will get a plateau, but that's another story for a different day. But let's go to stat and see how things went. So year to date, I'm going to do year to date because I only have like from October to today. So overall made $10,000 and I lost almost $6,000. So that's why I'm sitting at $4,500 mark. But my accuracy is sitting at a very high number, 79%, and my loss percentage is 20%. But the problem that I'm struggling is these two numbers. Every time I see these numbers, it's kind of puzzling me, because the whole idea of this day trading is cut your losses very quickly, because you can always cover those losses up. But the problem is I don't do that properly. So that's why I had like minus 271 largest lost, and the largest profit is about the same. So these can't be same. These can't, at least I want to see the profit is 2 times higher than the loss. And also you can see average loss is minus 40 and average win is $18. So these numbers really doesn't give very sustainable things for like long run. But it's been working so far because I have very high accuracy. This means I'm picking the stocks and I'm doing the trades like properly, so my method works. But the thing is, I kind of get emotional when I'm trying to cut my losses. But for the previous weeks, let's try last 7 days. It doesn't tell really anything, but if you look at the average win, it's improved, and average losses, it's also improved overall when we look at the average loss for the whole year. So those are the things that I've been working to improve myself, and you guys can also do that. So every day I'm reviewing each of these metrics to make sure that I'm capturing everything, and improve myself when I'm doing the trading for the next couple of days. I think that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and I will upload another video tomorrow. That's the end of the week, the first week of November, and probably in that video I will recap how things went for the whole week. So until tomorrow, bye bye. And also reminder, trading is risky. Manage your risk. If you are not sure, practice in a simulator before putting real money into the stock market. Bye bye.